I was watching the NFL American Civil War in Buffalo,
Mm.
and I just said, "Damn, we couldn't get it. The culture loses again."
Yeah, it's been a lot of that lately.
Man, hold on, no, hold on, because we about to do some laughing because what you just said just reminded me of something. Just reminded me. Hold on. Did you watch some of the antics from yesterday?
Yes.
You know where I'm about to go. Yo, what are we?
Black men and white men, Protestant and Catholic, Jew and Gentile, will be able to sing at the beginning of their own legal spiritual. Free at last, free at last. Thank you, God Almighty. We are free at last.
Come on, man. Listen, I know we not supposed. I know we not supposed to laugh. I know this is. I know it's real people. This is impacting real people. Come on, man.
Can we?
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Like, I knew once it fell on MLK Day, we was gonna get some real heaters, and it did. It did not. It did not disappoint on that front.
Come on, man. Listen.
Like,
Yo, were we podding last time he was in office? We
yes,
were.
we
Because
were.
January 6th happened.
We've been at this for a very long time, but I don't think I was ready for that.
Yo, nah. I don't know what's funnier. The pastor, the reverend? Nah, he a reverend. Ain't no pastor. That's a reverend. That reverend or Trump in the background trying to contain himself. Like this is our commander in chief. He up there getting ready to bust out at this damn. Yo, come on, man.
I will say, Capital One Arena hasn't seen that many people since Jordan was a Wizard. That joint was so bad. Capital One Arena ain't see, the staff ain't know what to do. Like, what?
Man, are we this unserious as a country?
Yes. 100%.
Yo, he got up there, got in that Oval Office. They just got the handing him stuff. That Joker was just signing.
He was just,
hey, what's this one? Ooh.
oh, that sounds, I didn't even know this one existed.
Yo, come on, man. Oh.
And it's only day 2. He gave some bangers today.
What'd he say? Come on.
So, as you know, he pardoned everyone from January 6th. So someone asked him, they were like, do you believe it's wrong to assault police officers? And he was like, yes, I'm very for the police. And they were like, you know, some of the people you pardon assaulted police officers to get into the Capitol. And he was like, I don't know. No, the question was, do they deserve a pardon? He was like, I don't know.
Nah. Hey. Oh, man. Listen. This next four. Like,
we got a Nazi salute.
Yo, first thing,
7 hours in.
If you was watching the Reverend up there doing whatever he doing, you had to have seen Elon in the back. Brother, like he was off something. Then he got up there. Yo, when he was talking, them little gestures and mannerisms, I was like,
he on coke, one.
Oh, that's what you thought? I thought he was off the shrooms.
Maybe. He is off some sort of psychedelic.
Because he was up there. More shoulders than a Kappa. Like, what are we talking about? Like, yeah. I was like, all right.
And then hit the Nazi salute not once, but twice. And then gonna tell us, nah, that wasn't no Nazi salute. What you talking about? You know he get caught cheating with his thing and another woman and be like, what you talking about?
Man, yo. I just still can't get the image of them just putting papers in front of dude and him answering questions, not even.
Didn't even read it. It don't matter.
It don't matter. I guess he just. We are unserious as a country, man. What are your thoughts on Snoop, Nelly, and Ross?
Nelly and Snoop, whatever. But Ross got all that shit off on Drake last year, and then you turn around and do that. If I'm Drake, whoo, I'm slaughtering that fat man. I'm coming for his gut. Oh, because the things he said about Drake, like the things he's done in the past 6 months to turn around and do that. Oh yeah, Drake got all ammo.
You want to hear something like really funny? Hold on. Let me see. Keep talking. Let me see if I can.
As for Nelly and Snoop, I think it's understood. Like they're capitalists at heart. It's about money. I really wasn't too surprised.
Ross ain't one.
Huh?
Who said Ross ain't one?
It's not the fact that Rick Ross isn't one. It's the fact that last year Rick Ross, well, Snoop too, because Snoop doing the first one was like, if you go up there, yada yada yada. But Rick Ross built this whole thing last year about Drake, a white boy. He not part of the culture. He don't belong over here. We real over here. And then to turn around and do that.
Talk to him. Hold on. Let me see if I can.
Like if I'm Drake, that's how you get your credit back, Drake. That's how you get started.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, and what's up, Jamie? What's up, Kyle? So I'm DJing on Saturday, right?
Right. Oh God.
Now I'm DJing on Saturday, and
This past Saturday, or this coming Saturday.
This past Saturday.
Right. Okay.
And I'm up there, I'm jamming, and I'm playing. I kind of get off a little Sean Paul set, you know what I mean? So I was playing Temperature. I got the right temperature. Then I transitioned into this song right here.
Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you.
So I transitioned to that song. You know that song.
Oh yeah.
Right. Everybody in there. It's a little two-step party. This black woman, this black queen, very, very nice young woman, came up to me. Nelly is canceled. You need to turn this off. And
Bullshit.
I was like,
first of all, this is Nelly.
I said, what? She said, Nelly is canceled. You need to turn him off. You can't be playing Nelly in here. What are you doing? And I'm like,
Come on.
I said, ma'am, this is T-Pain and Flow Rider. And here come my friend. This not Nelly. This not a friend telling her, this not Nelly, girl. She said, no, this is not. You need to turn this off. And Nelly is canceled. I said, come over here. So I point to the screen. It's me pointing at my computer. I mean, this is T-Pain and Flow Rider. And then her friend looking with her at my computer. She said, I told you. That's not Nelly. That's Flow Rider and T-Pain. She said, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. He was at the inauguration. He was performing. And I said, he is canceled. We got to cancel Nelly. And I was like, so I just
Jamie, respectfully, I am not looking up no Roseanne song called Daddy's Home. Don't you do it. D, I saw clips of the video. She has braids. This is about to be the worst night ever on this show.
Nah,
I am not calling. People who calling that man daddy are insane.
No, I was actually looking for another song. I guess I don't have it in my
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's what happened in my that's what happened during my DJ set. And as I'm driving home, I just replay that memory in my head and I get to fucking laughing my ass off. What? You hear that and think, first off, if he was canceled, what you gonna do now? We a minute and 10 in. Secondly, when did When did Nelly, T-Pain, and Flo Rida ever sound alike? Now,
Never.
Achilles brings up a great point in Mr. Snoop Dogg. Now, Snoop. He said Snoop Dogg is a hypocrite. That's all I'm gonna say. That's not for shizzle, my nizzle.
Can I say one thing? Tip drill still go. I'll still listen to this. Like tip drill still go.
Listen, now, am I gonna take some of these artists out of my discography? I mean, out of my discography, out of my music library? Absolutely not. But I do think it's I do think it's funny watching some people say, I ain't listening to no Snoop Dogg no more. And I'm like, all right, but are you sure about that one?
Are you sure?
I think some of these people went up there and said, you know what, my catalog's so good, y'all get mad at me. But I bet y'all gonna hear me still.
The only one who didn't survive was R. Kelly, and rightfully so.
Well, who says he didn't?
I haven't heard an R. Kelly song in public in years.
Here, but people are still streaming it, and they still streaming it.
Oh yeah. But I'm just saying openly.
Yeah, he don't get no money off it.
But people are going to play Gin and Juice this summer with the windows down. I ain't heard "Step in the Name of Love" at any black function in like 5 years.
Well, that's because you don't be with enough aunties, buddy.
My mom has 9 sisters. We've had like 2 events every year for the past 5 years. I ain't heard it once.
Played them.
I don't get paid to DJ.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 171 of Speak On It.
Achilles, get the fuck out with that.
When you see this Nas fade, it can only be one brother, the good brother, Low Steam Mix, as usual, joined every Tuesday by the smoothest bald head on the East Coast, Mr. Danny Ocean. How are we doing, my good brother?
I'm great. You want to hear a funny story? So at work, we hired someone new. I didn't interview this person. They just like, oh, we hired someone new for the team. And I'll go look them up. And they are the same complexion as me. They're also bald. They're also black. And I looked at my hiring manager. I was like, yo, why'd you do this to me? They're just going to be getting us confused all day.
Hey, man. Imagine being a medium-sized black man with tattoos.
That's fair.
And a beard.
Well, you know my theory. Every bald black man looks alike.
Yeah, well, if it makes you feel better, I think most. I'm not going to say.
No.
I ain't gonna
okay, officer.
I ain't going to say my name. Say y'all something. Up there, and I'm just in like, yo, do you think that was Trump's first time? Like when he went to that reverend's services, because I imagine he hadn't seen him before. Do you think that was his first time seeing a black pastor?
Yeah. No, but I think it's his first time seeing that one because probably someone from his team's like, yo, we got someone. He's black. He's a reverend. Oh, great. Bring him on. And then he got up there and was like,
here's the thing, Mr. Trump. He ain't even one of the authentic ones. He was up there acting. Now I know some Baptist churches right around all along listen.
All in North Carolina,
Virginia, Maryland, New
all
York, Florida, South Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi. Yo, give me some staples of the black church.
It's hot.
How long that opening little concert sermon gonna be before we actually get to the praise?
Oh yeah, first you got the testifying before service. That's an hour and a half. The carpet gonna be red. Something gonna be velvet. There's gonna be some sort of gold serving plate, whether it's the offering. It's gonna be the community.
You got one deacon in there that's eyeing everybody.
Yeah.
You got a family near the front.
Yeah.
You got a whining baby. Then on the left side of that family, maybe about 2 rows down, you got somebody, grandmama up in there or granddad up in there catching it. They really
and they have a seat that no one else can sit in. If you sit in grandma's
next to him, like
you just gotta let it pass. It'll be done.
You got someone next to
they just fan them. Oh, you know, Hattie Mae loved the Lord. Praise him, Hattie Mae. Praise him. He been good.
And then you got one lady up there near the front, near where the choir is saying she got one hand full of tissues, the other hand with a little napkin, and she just rocking back and forth. Yes,
Yes. And you know what? Everybody hate her because she's the nastiest one in the church. Yes. I
she
know
the meanest one.
exactly.
She the meanest one talking about some yes, Sean. Yes, Lord.
You just don't know what I've been through.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I know
Yo,
exactly
I'm
who you
fucking
talking about.
tripping. I'm fucking tripping.
And then the men in the parking lot parking 7 cars,
Oh yeah, they deep. And you know
smoking cigarettes, looking at women.
if it's a concrete parking lot, that church ain't really all black. It's gravel, baby.
It's
It's a gravel. You know what I mean? You got somebody pulling in old school Chevy, big rims, talking about some, man, I gotta get some concrete up in this thing, man. I can't be bringing my car up in there or something like this, man.
Hey man, donate to the building fund.
Then afterwards, everyone's like, "Hey man, who playing tonight, man? Man, goddamn!" You know that sports talk afterwards.
Yeah.
You know
Don't let there be food.
don't let there be no food. Then you
Don't
got the
let there be no
babies coming
food.
out after because they do take the children in the back. But then towards the end, when everyone's standing out there, there's at least one Cowboys fan talking about they got down Dallas, man. They ain't been good since. And then they going back to them glory days.
Yep.
Oh man,
Oh, what a time to be alive.
listen, it makes me want to go and experience the word one good time.
You don't want to go to no Southern church. Trust me.
Best. Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing? How are you doing, man? We want to, of course, continue to send our prayers and thoughts to the people impacted by the wildfires, and those living in the surrounding LA area, because I imagine the air quality is probably a big thing. So our continued thoughts there. We got some members of the league here. We might can start out there before we really get into the NFL talk. There'll be a lot of it. Danny, the draft lottery, excuse me, the draft lottery has happened officially.
Yep.
Rojo got 106. Myself, I got 107. Do you have the remaining?
Yeah, I got it open. Give me 1 second.
Talk to me. I too have it. Kyle got 107. Rojo got 105. Excuse me. I got 106. Kyle got 107. Greg got 108. Bam got 109. And your cousin Jason got 110, which I believe is 2 years in a row he's gotten.
Yeah, he's gotten a back-to-back.
Yeah. Thoughts? Now that we know this, remember, I do have Rojo's first and second round picks.
Yep. So all he had to do was switch it you and he'd have 5.
He would have. Now, I'm willing to trade 105 back to Akili for 106 plus interest. And some
okay. You want a 3rd round pick on top of that? A 2026 third?
A 2026 second, we can do it.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
No. All right, I'll keep 105 and 202. I'll put 205 on the block. Aren't you happy Akili didn't trade back? I mean, I'm not mad. I was talking to Akili yesterday, actually, when it happened. He said he would have been more upset if I didn't get 106. So now he's just picking behind me. But
I am very excited for how the draft shook out.
You have my 3rd round pick. Why don't you give me back my 3rd round pick?
With interest.
Brother, interest. Brother, what is that? I wasn't the one who traded it to you.
I'll give you 306. What 3rd round pick do you have?
None.
Oh.
But I do have Bam's 2nd round pick next year.
I'll give you 306 for Bam's 2nd next year.
My brother, we can do this right now.
Shit, say less.
I'll send it over.
Yeah, send that right now. I'll give you 306 for Bam's 2nd round next year. But I have 102, 202. I have 2 seconds. Now I'm about to have 2 thirds. I'm really looking forward to. Oh yeah, Here you go. Accept.
We here?
We here.
There we go.
There we go. I'll take that.
Good money. Good money.
Yeah, Bam is gonna suck next year. He's gonna be terrible next year.
I
Huh?
what makes you think that?
Look at his. He got so lucky this year.
Well,
Look at his roster.
Remember, we have a owners meeting, which might impact roster shakeout.
That's true. That's true. Like that super flex got me nervous a little bit.
And that starts in 27.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like by 26, I'm just looking at it. It's like by next year, like going into next year, you'll kind of know what do you really need to address before 20s, because after next year's after next year's draft, the super flex will go into effect.
Right. So we need to start planning now.
Yeah, because this is really the last true off season you'll have, because next season I'm adding the super flex position in after the draft.
Right.
The 26.
So we need to prep these rosters now.
Yeah.
But I got 102, 202, 204, 302, and 304. Like we can do some damage. Because there are some certain things that I need to do to this roster to make it competent.
I mean, I look at mine. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. Somebody, Darius, hit me up about Bo Nix and JJ McCarthy. And I told him I'm not trading either because I want to see. But then I thought about it. I have Bo Nix, JJ McCarthy, Jared Goff, and Josh Allen.
Yeah, like you, and I think Greg is another one. But I don't want to do business with Greg.
Yeah. So I'm just looking at it now. It's like I have honestly, I have traded in. I think I have traded my way into some good picks and a really good roster. According to Keely, I just got played in our trade, but I don't really think so.
It depends on what your needs are. It
If
depends on what your needs are.
Track record in the third round. So
you do. My bet is that Bam is going to. I'm making that play right now. Bam is going to be terrible next year. That's going to be 201, 202. I mean, Achilles, we were.
Yeah.
Achilles said y'all should have been prepping for last draft. I mean, D drafted Bo Nix for the super flex.
I did. Bo Nix and JJ McCarthy. I took them back to back.
Yeah. So.
I mean, man, let me tell you something. These last two drafts have been really, really good for me. And I'm really excited for this upcoming draft with 105. I'm looking at it. I mean, my running back room of A-Chain, Chase Brown, that might need some help. And this is a really good class for running backs.
Yep.
But man, let me tell you something. I might be able to add a stud to this wide receiver room. Malik Neighbors, Khalil Shakur, Mike Evans, Jamison Williams, Jacoby Myers. I can maybe get a stud in there. I also have Ramondre Stevenson. Who knows? Tajay Spears he getting some tick next year. I'm going to make sure I put him in some lineups. He's really good. He's really good. Jatavian Sanders, I think, is going to be good. And Keyshawn Boutte, I'm actually really interested in how the Patriots are going to use him when they get a new offensive coordinator under Mike Vrabel. I feel like
I think it's going to be what's that old boy's name? He's been there 100 times.
McDaniels, Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, Sean. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm trying to listen. Jermaine Burton's a guy that I kind of want to trade, but I don't know. Like if the Bengals lose T. Higgins, Jermaine Burton might turn out to be a really good wide receiver. I don't know.
And Achilles actually giving you props. Yeah, I need some help running back wise. This is a great running back draft. I think I can get a stud wide receiver and a stud running back since the running back draft is so deep.
Yeah, talk to me. What picks do you have?
So I have 102, 202, 204, 302, and 304.
Okay. Is anybody interested in trading for Jermaine Burton or Roman Wilson?
I'm trying not to do anything until I know. Well, the rosters aren't changing this year, right? Like we're going to vote at the owners meeting about IDPs, right?
So that's a great question. Since the owners meeting is in a few weeks, let's talk about what we're going to be voting on. So the first item will be voting for tight end premium in the year 20. So in addition to Superflex, we'll be voting to also add in tight end premium that year. I imagine it will get passed.
Yes.
It'll be basically a 1.5 tight end premium. That's how you'll get. This is what you'll get per reception. The second one is voting to remove an IDP in 2025. So starting next season.
Right.
So we have the first option of removing one IDP and replacing that with a flex spots and then doubling the current points of IDPs. Or option 2 would be removing both IDPs and replacing one with a flex and the other with a wide receiver or running back slot.
Gotcha.
The third option is keep rosters the absolute same.
Okay, so we're only voting for 2 things that could affect us this year roster-wise.
Hold on. We got one more. The third thing we will be voting on is whether to unrandomize picks 5 through 10 starting in the 2026 draft. So option A would be to keep it randomized. Option B would be yes to change it starting in 2026, and it would go by postseason finish.
I like the randomization of it because it keeps people engaged to win. Because I can 100% see a situation where Greg is going against Rojo and Greg knows he's going to lose. And if he loses, he knows, well, I might not get 104, but I'll get 105. I can 100% see Greg doing some shit like that. But if it's random, then it forces Greg to do his best to win. You know what I'm saying?
Greg rule, we have to call this. You know what? We don't even need to vote on it because you just made me think about something that I only would very much get irritated because I only know one person who would really truly live and die by this rule.
Yeah. This is the Greg rule. I can, like, if he snuck into the playoffs and he had to go against, excuse me, Rojo, and he's like, well, I'm not going to win this. I'm going to tank to get 105.
You know what, guys? I'm going to make the executive decision as commissioner. I'm going to remove this from the owners meeting agenda because nothing in this world would piss me off than see intentionally tanking.
Yeah.
By the only one person that I know that would do some bullshit.
This is the Greg rule. I can 100% see something like that. Like, oh, I know I'm not going to win. Let me go. He's going to be so pissed. I don't even know this man. I just know that feels like he's talking about openly tanking with 3 weeks left in the season.
The former champion, like the defending champion.
The defending champion. Nah, I'm trying to.
So we only have 2 things to vote on. There will literally be 2 things to vote on. So wait, this was 24-25. So hold on, let me edit this so we know where we are now. We're going into 25-26, right?
Yep, we're going to 25-26.
So yep, we're going into 25-26. Then May of 2026, we'll have our rookie draft.
Yep. And then Superflex.
Then 26-27, Superflex will go into effect. So everyone will get 1 extra bench spot to account for the basically because you'll get a Superflex spot. So if you then have to, I'm accounting for the Superflex.
It'll come with an extra roster spot.
Yeah, it's going to come with an extra roster spot. Don't ask me why. It's going to come with an extra roster spot.
It'll come with an extra roster spot. See, but before I do anything, I want to check in on this tight end premium.
What do you mean?
I mean, because I have 3 tight ends. I have Dalton Schultz, Dallas Goedert, and Dalton Kincaid.
It can be beneficial.
That's what I'm saying. They might be a little bit more valuable if we agree to go to a tight end premium next year. That's what I'm saying. Like before I do anything like trading players, I kind of want to know what I'm dealing with.
Yeah. So the owners meeting will probably be key. I doubt people will make a lot of. I don't know. We'll see who makes some moves in between now and then. But yeah, I'm excited because this is basically the last season with the rosters, the current rosters the way they are, unless we vote, pending the outcome of the owners meeting, this should be the last. No, regardless, this will be the last season without Superflex. Next season,
Superflex.
next season Superflex. So I honestly am looking at the draft and the process and my roster, and it's like I gotta set myself up for that. I gotta set myself up for that. If
I
we,
believe it. I believe in you.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of hope we get rid of the IDPs. Um,
I like the idea of having one. I think there's a strategy to the IDP that's very fascinating to me to see how people, because everyone goes to the pass rusher, everyone goes to Myles Garrett, where the real money's in safeties and linebackers.
yeah, yeah.
Like I just enjoy the strategy of the IDPs. I'm probably the only one who does.
No, I mean I don't mind it. It's just it's a roster spot that I could use. Um, but
Yeah, but I also like the idea of not just keep it expanding the roster. Like there has to be some sort of, you know what I'm saying?
mm,
So I kind of like the of having one IDP. But again, we'll talk about this at the owners meeting.
so we will see. But I can tell you, I'm so close to. I listen. I don't like cutting my picks, especially my third rounders. But Roman Wilson and Jermaine Burton, man, they just you got to give them some time. Um, given that they are rookies, but boy, I'm gonna need a little bit more from them. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
all right. I'm trying my best not to give up on rookies because I gave up on H-Han too quick. I gave up on Isaiah Likely too quick. So I'm trying to be more patient with my younger players. That is also something I'm trying to do this year because I've traded away some people that really could have helped me this year. So
Wait, who you give up on too quick?
H-Han, I traded H-Han to you. I
Man, that's
had Isaiah
tough.
Likely. I traded him to Bam. I can't think off the top of my head. There have been a couple other young players that I've had that I've just given up on that have turned out half decent. So I'm trying to be like more patient.
Let me tell you something. That fucking Devon A Chain boy.
Yeah.
If you were me, what would you do with a player like Gus Edwards, a player like Ramondre Stevenson?
Well, Ramondre still has value to someone who's like in a win now mode, like who's all in right now.
I guess
Like I bet you Jason would take Ramondre.
I'm still in. I'm trying to win now.
I know, but someone who is like someone who has an aging roster that has like a 2-year window, right? Like so, Jason has Josh Jacobs and Aaron Jones. I bet you he would take because Aaron Jones is a free agent this year, right? He only signed a 1-year deal.
I think something like that.
Yeah, see, but Jason has his running back room is pretty solid. Let's see. Well, Bam's always trying to win, no matter what the roster says. Like he'll do anything, which I appreciate. But yeah, I will look at rosters. Who do you think could use? Because there's someone who thinks Ramondre puts them over the top. I was interested in Ramondre at one point. You kept telling me no.
Yeah, I'm. It's still my guy.
You
I
know who
draft.
could use Ramondre? Like in all seriousness, Greg. Like look at Greg's roster. His running back room is Bijan, great, and then he has Rashad White and Christian McCaffrey. You see what I'm saying?
True.
Like Ramondre, and again, and he only has 2 picks this year, 108 and 208. So you might not be able to move Ramondre until after the draft. Like you got to see how that shakes out because there are going to be a lot of people who are like, "No, I'm not doing anything until I see what my roster looks like after the draft." I know I'm not. I'm not doing anything major
Yeah.
unless someone just comes and blows me away with something I can't say no to, which isn't going to happen.
But this is also a really good roster of mine. So I don't know how much, I'm gonna have to let some people go just off of the draft. Maybe I don't need more players. Maybe I need to free up some roster space. Jermaine Burton really might get cut from the Las Vegas Horn Ducks.
He just might. Yeah, you need to make a lot of room. You got 3 people on. You got 3 people on IR.
Yeah, I know. Which
Mm.
I'm trying to do some.
Well,
Trying to do,
Marshawn Lloyd is gone. Jordan Mason is gone. Ooh, Jatavian Sanders is probably gone.
what do you mean?
I'm just looking at your roster of people you'll probably want to cut. N'Kobe Dean's probably gone.
Nah, some of these guys are staying. Marshawn Lloyd's staying. Sanders, him. Who else did you say?
I said Marshawn Lloyd, Jordan Mason.
Jordan Mason, I might mess around and keep because he was really good in Christian McCaffrey's absence. He's only in his third year, and who knows with McCaffrey.
That's true. So you got a lot of tough decisions to make.
Here's where it starts. It starts with like the D-Hops of the world. Do I want to keep him? Starts with the, I don't explore a trade for Mike Evans because he's just too good.
I bet you D. Friedman would trade for D-Hop. It looks like he can use some receiver. Nah. He's had a bunch of injuries.
He's like the Packers. He believes in drafting and developing.
Yeah.
So is it one of these things where I consider maybe trading a quarterback?
I'm listening.
Listen, man, I'm open to, I don't know.
You're not giving up Bo Nix.
Yeah.
You're not giving up Jared Goff. So you're giving up JJ?
I would be open to trading JJ McCarthy, but it would take a good package.
Well, I don't know what the fuck he look like.
Me either.
I'm not trading on potential.
My good brother, let's talk about these NFL playoffs.
All right, let's do it.
We made some good picks.
Yes, we did.
We were both 3-1.
Yeah.
We were both 3-1. So let's start with the Texans and the Chiefs. What were your thoughts on the defending champions letting it be known? You got to come through Kansas City if you want to be. You know what I mean?
There are the conversations, and rightfully so, about the Chiefs getting preferential treatment and favorable treatment from the refs. And I'm not going to sit here and say that you're lying. But they would have won this game regardless of those calls. This is one of those times where it just kind of evens out in the wash. I think the Chiefs would have won without those calls. Now you can make the argument that some of those roughing the passer calls against Patrick extending drives, which led to points. I hear you. The refs didn't miss any field goals. The refs didn't sack CJ Stroud 8 times.
Yeah, like, listen, you can say why does no one ever talk about like the defense? The defense of Kansas City that's keeping them in it.
Yeah. But that's not me saying I agree that Patrick Mahomes gets calls that no one else gets. But I don't think it made a difference.
Josh Allen getting some of them same calls.
I think Pat might be the only one who gets some of them calls. Because they treat Josh like a running back. Like they treat Josh like they.
All right, listen, y'all. It's Patrick Mahomes,
Lamar, and Jalen.
It's Patrick Mahomes, y'all. It's Patrick.
As someone who has lost a Super Bowl because Patrick Mahomes in one of them calls, I get it.
What?
I get it.
But I think in some of these instances, the other team had the ball last and messed up, or it went to overtime, and you do things like lose the coin toss, and your defense just lets them walk down the field, score a touchdown. Like that, whose preferential treatment is that?
It's not that the refs are giving the Chiefs the game; it's the refs are keeping the Chiefs around long enough till they get their act together.
What about these teams can't make non-boneheaded decisions?
I think Troy said it during the broadcast that you should be able, the booth should be able to replay like these helmet to helmets and these roughing the passers.
Like, are we playing football? Or are we playing football?
I mean, if it's going to give Patrick 15 yards, another shot, I think if you're gonna give him preference. My favorite thing Patrick does that annoys me, like he runs the sideline and then as soon as someone comes to him, he stops and lets them touch him and he falls out and he gets the flag. Like that's
maybe like what? Come on, bro.
So
I get it. Kyle reminded me the Niners won that coin toss in OT. I remember it now. That was Chris Jones that made him have to kick the field goal.
Yeah,
Chris Jones on third down. Oh, brother. Best player on that field that day. Best player on the field that day was Chris Jones.
And can we talk about something? So one of my best friends is a Chiefs fan. He and I have had this conversation. He's like, yeah, they keep saying Patrick, but Chris Jones gets held all the time with no flags. I watch.
Hell.
No, he doesn't. So this is
Yes,
what Chris Jones does. Chris Jones will be out of a play, and then he'll throw his hands up like he being held. He not being held.
Stop it.
He learned that from James Harden. He'll be like, it'll be a sweep to the right, and he the left end, and he'll do this. Like someone block him, he'll be like, oh no, where's the flag?
You gotta sell it or the rest won't see it.
He don't be held. He
So
just be
big,
out here.
pause.
He be out here faking.
Listen, he probably gets held every play. So some of the more obvious ones, he's probably like, come on, yo.
Okay.
Chris Jones, listen, most Sundays, Chris Jones might be like top 2 or 3 people on the field, period.
Oh, yeah. No one's arguing his greatness. No one's arguing his greatness.
There was a few sacks of CJ Stroud where it was Chris Jones and the other versus the other dude, and the other dude didn't even have a chance.
Dog, like as soon as Chris Jones lines up at DN, it's like, hey man, somebody might want to come chip.
Yeah.
Help CJ, please.
It didn't even matter because the people they were having them chip on Chris Jones, he was either splitting them or they were stunting. Listen.
Hey man, if I see Chris Jones line up as a DN, I'm running bootleg other way. I don't care if I'm going left. If we run to something, I don't care.
Kyle said 107 and Derrick Henry might be on the trade block in case anyone's interested.
Yeah, I'm good on Derrick Henry.
You kidding me? Derrick Henry got some good years left in him. We were both right on this one. We both picked the Chiefs. Now to the other 1 seed. We were both right on this one.
Yes, we were.
Both picked the Commanders. Now, I don't know about your reasoning, and Kyle, please join in on this. Now, I don't know about your reasoning, but when I watched the NFC North in that wild card round, I said, hey, the Vikings, that shit they pulled versus the Rams, frauds. Now, the Packers, yes, the Eagles might have looked – Hurts may have looked like a fraud in that game, but the Packers look like even bigger frauds. So, and they lost the fraud off. But you Lions out here. That was the team that everyone told me Dan Campbell, the NFL version of Tom Thibodeau, and the way he coaches his team and the way he gets after them. We're biting knees and biting hamstrings and kneecaps.
Who is he, D?
Oh, no, that's the NFL version of that. You kidding me? You kidding me? He wasn't around.
That's hilarious. I'll never forget that.
Now, here's my question. Season on the line, you're down 10. Your play call is reverse pass by Jameson Williams?
Jameson was throwing that mo. It didn't matter if all 11 people, he was throwing that mo. Did you hear Tom on the broadcast? Tom was like, oh no.
Yeah, listen, Tom Brady is making it very funny and he's making it very obvious when something good or bad happens. When something good happens, he's like, ooh. When something bad happens, he was like, throw it away. Oh, no. Oh,
no. As soon as he saw Jameson gear up to throw it, he said, oh, no. Tom was in there. No.
And it's KB, the dude he's calling with his interception calls hit like Mike Bring bangs. He'd be like, and it's intercepted. Here comes Tom talking about some, oh no.
Tom said, oh no. Like he calling plays.
Nah, come on. Tell me, when did you know it was like it might be a real long day for the Lions?
That pick six. Like that pick six, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah. What the hell was Jared Goff out there doing?
He was being Jared Goff. What did I say a month ago? I said the Lions are sweet and they ready to be picked.
Well, let me let y'all know. It was either going to be the Commanders or it was going to be the Packers in the third meeting. Because somebody was going to walk into Detroit and let them boys know what's really good.
Correct. Detroit ain't had me fooled.
And Jaden
balled out.
The Lions finally played a team, and Matt LaFleur, I really hope you watched. I can't believe I'm saying this. A coaching masterclass by Dan Quinn. The only way to beat Dan Campbell, you got to take the street fight to him. You got to let him know, yo, we the bullies on this block.
Yep.
Because he's gonna, there's no fourth down, he just won't go for it. So that's basically his way of calling you a bitch.
Yep. Your defense sucks.
Yeah. And my defense don't do something about it.
My defense is marginally better than yours. And if not, Luvu can knock someone out on a cheap shot because that's what he loved to do.
So shout out Dan Campbell and just saying, nah, we're gonna put y'all on defense from the jump. Because that's the best way to play them. You have to play them from the front. Pause. But with a lead.
Good God. Jesus. 47, not the only one getting his shit off. Good God.
Hall of Fame nasty bar by me. It's okay. Nah, but the command, the Terry McLaurin little bubble screen dip takeoff that he did, cold. They were just Jaden Daniels, man. Let me tell you something. Can you believe in both my Superflex leagues, both my future other soon-to-be both of my other Superflex leagues, my two quarterbacks are Patrick Mahomes and Jaden Daniels.
Oh, you sitting pretty, especially when Tyreek Hill go back to Kansas City.
We talked about it, but come on, man. What the hell was Tyreek thinking?
He went for the money. I'm not mad at Tyreek. He won a ring. Then he wanted the money.
Okay, I can get this money if y'all not gonna pay me Kansas City.
And then I can live in Miami.
Then he got the money in Miami and was like, all right, got the numbers, the stats.
Oh yeah, because he a Hall of Famer. Now he gonna go back and win one or two more. He a first ballot Hall of Famer.
He got his money. He probably got a vasectomy, so he don't have any more kids. And hey,
he ain't get no vasectomy. Men like him don't believe in vasectomies.
It's crazy. I definitely listen.
You ain't got to worry about me, Playboy.
I don't know what to say to that. Dan Campbell, listen, getting up on that stand and crying, I get it. You're emotional for your team, but boy.
No, those weren't tears of the season ending. Those are tears. No, we about to figure out he a fraud. Give him that Nick Sirianni treatment next year when they losing.
Ben Johnson, it almost cackles me. It almost cackles me that less than 24 hours, well, maybe 24 hours after that game ended, Ben Johnson was announced the head coach of Chicago.
Hey, man, there's got to be something. There's got to be a way to balance coaches in the playoffs and how they can interview for jobs.
And I know Aaron Glenn over there, he probably in between a rock and a hard place. Because the spots that he interviewed for, listen, I know y'all's game, Jets and Jags. I know what y'all trying to do. I get what y'all about to do. It's two ways that's going to go down. Aaron Glenn is either going to coach his ass off and be put in a tough situation by upper management, or he going to build this team up, get them consistently almost to the next step, get fired, another coach going to come in there and take them over the hump.
Yep. Well, luckily for the Jets job, Woody Johnson might be in an ambassador role again.
He's not an ambassador.
Okay.
That's not happening. He will be involved with the team. Aaron Glenn, the Jets and the Jags, you should probably go. If I'm Aaron Glenn, man, I really consider going back to Detroit.
I'm going to New Orleans.
If he gets that offer, yeah, I'll take it.
I'm going to NFC South.
Yeah, I'm going to NFC South.
Terrible contracts. Terrible salary cap in New Orleans. But hey, man.
Can you believe that Ben Johnson turned down that Commander's job?
He looks real silly now. But one could say that Bears offense has a lot more weapons than the Commanders' current roster.
Mark my words. Ben Johnson is not going to take the Bears where they need to be. I think they might be even more laughable.
Really? So
yes.
you don't think a triple reverse Rome Odunze pass to an offensive lineman?
Quarterback's too raw.
Well, that's what he's there for. That's his job.
Quarterback's too raw. Holds the ball too raw.
That's what Ben Johnson here for. That's what you're supposed to do, Playboy.
The quarterback don't process. He don't read the field. He don't see the field. Calling it now. I picked the Rams.
You did.
I picked the Rams. I was sure that after seeing Jalen Hurts in the wild card round, it won't go get much better in the divisional round. And I was sure that I didn't know it was going to be snowing for one. But with that being said, let me tell you something. Snoquan Barkley, best player in the league, best player in the league that's not a quarterback or defender.
Before we talk about Saquon's greatness, I do want to note that Jalen and Josh had the exact same stat line, but only one person is being questioned right now. That's all. Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts had the exact same stat line. And that doesn't count the 30-yard drop by A.J. Brown. Doesn't count.
There's like an eye test.
That dot to A.J. Brown 40 yards down the field in the snow. Fuck out of here, dog. Whatever. All right, man. Okay. All right.
Is he healthy? Is he fully healthy?
That's the question.
No, I'm asking you.
He's going to play, but I don't know how healthy he is. He's going to play. He said he's playing.
What's the injury?
No one has said. It's just knee. I haven't seen an injury report.
Because he tore something, probably.
No, he didn't tear anything. Let's see. Let's see what the injury report says. Because I didn't see an injury report because today was a walkthrough. Yeah, there still hasn't been an injury report. So we'll get an injury report tomorrow.
Let me tell you something. Can I be honest with you? Jalen Hurts need to give at least half of his contract to Saquon Barkley, because I swear to God, if number 26 went in that backfield. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I see how teams beat the Eagles in previous years, because it's different when you have, what was dude name y'all had last year? Swift.
DeAndre Swift.
And then before that, y'all had Miles Sanders.
Yep. And Jalen went to the Super Bowl.
But it's different with 26 back there. Let me
so
tell you.
Why does Jalen get punished for having great teammates?
No. Well, because I think everyone can look at the Eagles roster and say, across a lot of positions on both sides of the field, you have someone who is probably top 10 at their position, maybe except corner. Top 10 in their position at most other positions.
Definitely at corner. Quinyamin Bay, lock him up.
Maybe
send him to jail.
Again, maybe not corner. But then, like, at every other position, I would say you guys have a top 10 player at that position. Then you get to the quarterback, and it's like, all right, you clearly have a top 16 quarterback, which I guess in a lot of people's eyes, on the flip, Josh Allen, a lot of people would say maybe top 20 player at most positions on the offensive end, top 15 on the defensive end at most positions. And then there's Josh, who's probably top 3 at his position. So I think that's why people look at the Eagles and the Bills differently. Top 4, Josh would be at his position.
Which again, Jalen lit up the best defense he played this year. But all right, man. All right.
Jalen lit up the best defense. Who? The
Steelers. He went 25 for 32 for 290 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, but then,
all right, man.
When you see how the Steelers fiddled out, is that really?
But the Steelers still had a top 5 defense by DVOA standards.
True.
And when they played, same thing.
Eye standards, because you watched the same 4 games to end their season that I did, and it was bad every time.
All I know is
Jalen
and Josh.
The Eagles won, and I'm gonna be honest with you, they're hosting the NFC Championship game with Detroit's loss. So I guess win, lose, or draw, the biggest thing is winning, and Jalen Hurts is winning. The Eagles is winning.
No, I want to do something right now, because now I'm very intrigued by this. I'm gonna look at Jalen versus Josh Allen, their stats.
Oh no, bro, they're twins. They're twins.
Because one is the MVP candidate and one's being called a fraud. Okay, so Josh has considerable more. Are these passing yards or just yards in general? I'm trying to see.
No, why you say considerably?
No, it's so Josh has 3,700 passing yards and Jalen has 2,900. So it's like almost like an 800-yard difference. Jalen has 18 TDs. Josh has 28. Jalen has 5. Okay, Josh is a little bit better. But they have the same stat line from Saturday, and only one is a fraud, and the other guy, he just does what it takes to win. Jalen's stats are better than Patrick's stats from Saturday, but when Patrick has a terrible game, he just does what it takes to win. He's such a winner. All right, man. I think the Eagles are undefeated this year. They've only lost one game this year where Jalen Hurts has started from beginning to end.
I think the eye test will tell you that when you watch the Eagles, it's clear this offense is built around number 26, which again is to my point, in that they're just asking Jalen Hurts to make the throws when necessary. But listen, dog, I'm giving it to 26 60% of the time. I mean, dude's good, like really, really good. I mean,
all right.
I mean, I'm not hating. I'm trying to give Saquon.
Go ahead and pick the Commanders because I know what's on your lips because you're about to say it. Go ahead and pick them.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Listen, the Commanders won, but they also gave up like 30-something points. I don't know. I think I'm just looking at the eye test, and I don't know. That's why I asked you if Jalen was healthy because I think he may have torn something. He clearly ain't healthy. And
sources say he's playing. Everything's saying today he playing.
And if you healthy, and I mean, if you saying he healthy and he supposedly is healthy the way you say he is, then hey, the offense is clearly built around Saquon Barkley. There's nothing wrong with that because I would probably also build my offense around Saquon Barkley just after seeing it. And this offensive line, like, dude, are you kidding me? Like,
I don't think Jalen's 100%, but he just needs to be healthy enough to keep it on some of those zone reads to keep Washington honest.
Dude, Saquon is like, dog, in the snow, he getting freaky with him.
Rain, sleet, or snow, Eagles trained to go.
And it's funny. Listen, that Giants offseason show gets funnier and funnier. John Morrow sitting there saying, "Boy, I'd hate to see Saquon in the Eagles jersey. He won't get away from a Super Bowl, man. I mean, like, if you're the Giants, like, how do you not just pay the man? You should have just paid the man. Like, literally, just pay the man, dummies."
Thank you,
Now
Kyle. Jalen is 37-10.
It still ain't got no quarterback. Because that was the thing. They were like, we paid Daniel all this money. We got to see for them to cut Daniel. And Saquon again was
5 games left in the season. Pathetic.
How Joe Shane keep a job? That's crazy.
He must know where the bodies are.
Yeah, he must know where the bodies are. And then America's football civil war. This one's sad. Felt like all of white America was rooting for the Bills, and everybody and all the YNs was rooting for Baltimore.
Not YNs.
All the YNs was rooting for Philly, Baltimore, DC, and Houston. Literally. That's all. That's where all
the Y. Yes, you are correct. None of them were in Kansas City.
Yeah, none of them. So, this one, I'm going to be honest with you. Boy, I went into it thinking the Ravens were just going to. What happened? Yo, why not give the ball to Derrick Henry?
You're on the goal. You're on, what's it, the 3-yard line?
No, I'm still okay with that 2-point conversion. I'm okay.
No. I'm talking about when they were on the weren't they on the 3-yard line and then they
that little fumble, John.
Yeah. Like, dog, just give Derrick Henry 3 times.
Yeah, and if you don't get it, you don't get it.
You don't get it.
What do you think this says about not Lamar? What do you think the narrative should be? Like, what do you think it like? He's almost there each time, and it just gets.
I think it should be the same. And I hate to bring it should be the same narrative from Jalen's Super Bowl performance. Like, he was amazing, but he had the fumble that Kansas City returned for a touchdown. That was the difference, right? Like, Lamar was amazing at the end, and Mark Andrews should have caught that, and it should have went to overtime. But that fumble and pick, that was the reason they had to come from behind.
I think on that pick, someone ran the wrong route.
Okay, but the fumble wasn't excusable. Like, the fumble, you can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Can't do that. So,
And
That's
then
what I think. I think Lamar's still great.
best
But
player
for
of the league.
but for those who are saying that he puts up duds in the playoffs, they're right. Like I can't argue that. Lamar's worst game of the year the past 3 years have been playoff games.
Yeah. And it's like someone just finds a way to shut him down, which all makes me wonder. I know Josh. First off, I said the Ravens would steal. I mean, the Bills would steal it by 1. They stole it by 2.
Two.
So
You are
deep
Nostradamus.
But I just think now, I mean, we can submit that Josh is going to win the MVP, which, man, lets me know that I don't know about this AFC Championship game.
Which Josh Allen was 14th in the league in yards, tied 7th for TDs. That is not like the kind of season, whoa, that blows you away, but keep going.
When we start thinking about these championship games, I mean, we can start in the AFC. Bills and Chiefs. Mahomes, Allen. I don't know what is
This is 3 or 4.
Last year's divisional, the 13-second game,
And then the overtime game.
and the overtime game. Yeah. So this is Mahomes, Allen, part 4.
I think it is 4.
I mean, I
ain't picking against Mahomes.
Let me ask you something. How do you see this game going?
The same as every Chiefs game. It's going to look terrible. It's going to look disgusting. And then Patrick just going to do what he does at the end. And I think this is the spot where Josh Allen makes the Josh Allen mistake, right? The interception that you're like, dog, what? Or the fumble because he's trying to lateral. Because he almost did it in the Ravens game. Where I think we're going to get that Josh Allen mistake.
Listen, we call them the tism throws.
Yeah.
Tism. Let me tell you how this is going to go. Buffalo's going to go up 10. Buffalo's going to go up 10 because they're going to spend the first quarter and a half playing extremely aggressive. The first quarter and a half, maybe 2 quarters, maybe first half. The Buffalo Bills will be Detroit Lions-esque aggressive. They will go for every 4th down.
Mm-hmm.
They are going to try to take it to the Chiefs early. Try to shut off the lights early because they know that's the only way to win. They don't want to be in a 4th quarter game with this team. They know it gets spooky. They are going to try to come out aggressive early. I see them getting up 13-0. I see the Chiefs scoring 14 points coming out of the second half. I see the Bills scoring a touchdown, 20-14. I see the Chiefs getting a touchdown early or midway through the 4th quarter to go up 21-20. I see Josh Allen driving, throwing a pick. 21-20 win. Kansas City Chiefs.
That sounds right. Also, Achilles telling us to look at Bo Nix and Josh Allen stats, and he is correct. This is hilarious.
What?
So Josh Allen has thrown for 3,731 yards. Bo Nix, 3,775. Josh Allen has thrown 28 touchdowns. Bo Nix threw 29. Josh Allen, 6 picks. Bo Nix threw 12.
Oh, that's the difference right there.
Hey, like Kyle said, they're separated by 100 rushing yards and 8 rushing TDs. Yeah. That's enough to win the MVP. But this notion that Josh Allen has just been out of this world is not true.
Hey man, they love him up there, and he was the only QB that actually beat the Chiefs while that were actually playing.
Yep, that's true, and that's why I don't think it's going to happen twice. I don't think anyone, like as long as Patrick Mahomes is their quarterback and Chris Jones on the other side, I don't think there's going to be a team that'll beat the Chiefs twice in 1 year.
It's tough, man.
I don't think you're going to do it. I'm taking the Chiefs.
Listen, sometimes in order to see LeBron lose, you gotta see the other squad go get KD and beat him.
Yeah, that's what this. Yes, but don't worry.
I don't think this team has got their KD yet.
That team on the other side.
I'm taking the Chiefs in this one. Listen, man. Sometimes good teams just know how to make plays. and they know how to come out with W's. Give me
And
the
if all, I'm sorry, go ahead. My bad.
no, give me the Chiefs.
Oh, and if all else fails, Patrick will look to the refs, give them the signal, and the flag will fly.
There you go. Yeah, I keep saying that. Listen,
Hey, in every high leverage situation,
tell your teams to stop making mistakes in the
something just happened, and Patrick raised his hand.
and
Like, well, it's a foul.
they do be fouls though.
Okay.
Some of the 80% of them be fouls. Here we go. This was the one matchup that I said these two cities shouldn't meet in a conference championship because the YNs are definitely going to be YNing during this game.
Violence. It's going to be violence.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how many of y'all are East Coasters, and I don't know how many of y'all are Black East Coasters. But let me tell you about these two cities, Philly and DC. Philly and DC. Two top 10 blackest cities in America.
Oh yeah, Atlanta, DC, Philly,
Raleigh, Richmond.
on the East Coast or in general?
Oh, I'm just talking about in general, but I guess on the East Coast.
Well, in general, those are the three I think of. Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Baltimore black
As hell.
But anyway, yeah.
Here
they up there.
I want to take some time, Jerry. I just know you sitting around in your office kicking yourself.
Tight.
Mad as hell. Are you shitting me? Jerry Jones was laughing at the Commanders 1 year ago, and a year later, he looking at them one game away from the Super Bowl. Are you kidding me? A game he can't even make in damn near 30 years.
The only NFC team to not make the NFC Championship game this century, I believe.
He don't laugh at that?
How can he? Well, ain't nothing to laugh at. That's sad. You ain't been to the conference championship since '96.
Listen, it don't matter. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Philly, DC.
Yes, sir.
Commanders, Eagles. Now, Dave, before I let you get off, I gotta set the stage. Now, earlier in the season, they was in Philly, right?
Yeah, it was a Thursday night game. Jaden Daniels' ribs were hurt.
He had some shaky ribs, but it didn't really matter. The Eagles, they dominated that game. They dominated. They were good. They were the better team that game. But then they met later in the season, this time in D.C. Rose Bar, D.C. U Street, D.C. 8th Street Chicken, D.C. DuPont Circle, D.C. Come on.
Not DuPont Circle. Northeast DC?
Northeast DC. He was playing right over there and formerly known as FedEx Field. I don't know what it's known as anymore.
Still shit, whatever it is.
Listen, 4 plays in, Jalen went down. However many plays Jalen went down. Then they had to play the rest of the game with, was that Kenny Pickett?
Yep.
Not Kenny Pickett.
It was Kenny.
And it was a duel between Kenny Pickett and Jaden Daniels. And in the end, Jaden Daniels won at the very, very end, right?
Yep.
Washington fans were talking that cash money.
They were.
They said Philly ain't been relevant since the state property days after that win.
You know what I'm saying?
They said y'all need to go back and get Beanie Siegel and them boys if y'all want to come play over here in DC. Y'all not good enough. And then I'm just listening to Eagles fans tight. You couldn't believe these new kids on the block. They don't know how to deal with success. We've been here. Y'all just got here. Y'all talking like
Just
this.
got here.
Every Eagles fan I met said, I hope we get him wild card weekend. Then every Eagles fan I met also said, I know we're going to get him in the conference championship game. That's even better.
Yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, here we are.
Here we are.
2 teams, 1 ticket to the Super Bowl. Commanders versus Eagles. Danny, as our resident Eagles fan,
Yep.
we've been here 2 out of 3 years.
Yep.
What are your thoughts going into this NFC Championship game, my brother? The floor.
There is a world, a very realistic world, where Jayden Daniels just takes over, right? That the reason those Commanders fans were talking all that trash, and rightfully so, the Commanders scored 22 points in the fourth quarter against, the best defense in the league. I would talk my cash to 100%. There's a world we come next week and Jayden Daniels did something just spectacular and I can't even hate. But there's also another world, a world that I think is more likely to happen. That this game gets so out of proportion that they're going to start previewing the AFC Championship game during the fourth quarter.
Talk.
Saquon is going to run, and this is where Jalen's health comes in. Because I don't need Jalen to be 100%. I just need Jalen to keep 3-4 of them outside zones, get 12 yards. Like just keep Luvu at bay.
At bay.
I just
not
need
old and not spice.
At bay. Kyle, here's the thing. The Eagles aren't going to turn the ball over 5 times. The Commanders will not get 4 extra possessions and a defensive touchdown.
Talk.
That's Jalen's whole MO.
This ain't your mama's Eagles no more.
Hello.
Why Eagles? Talk.
Talk to him. Vic Fangio not gonna let that boy get him twice.
Vic, shut down defense.
And what's his face? What's that boy's name? The guard for the Commanders who tore his ACL. So now Jalen Carter going up against a backup.
Right, that was a right guard starting right guard.
Yeah, hey man. There's a world where Jayden wins, 100%. I'm not Jayden special, but let me tell you something. It's going to be the fourth quarter. It's going to be 32.
Talk about Jayden Daniels. We got Jalen Hurts.
Nah, you was just slandering that man. You were just saying he's the 16th best quarterback in the NFL. No, you don't get to
Jalen Hurts.
You don't get to do that.
That's the Bible quote himself. That's the IG caption himself. We got Jalen Hurts. Talk to him.
I think there's a world where this is a blowout.
Stake your claim. Who winning this thing?
No, the Eagles. Say whatever the over-under is for Saquon. If Jalen is remotely healthy, take the over. Like the Commanders have like a bottom half rush defense. Run the ball till they make you stop it.
Talk to them.
Run it till they stop it. And even then, run it again.
The fuck is a commander?
I don't know. They are sucker to me.
They a sucker.
I almost said something I couldn't. Hey.
Tell y'all something, man. Kidding me? We in Philly. You shitting me?
Now you about to pick the Commanders?
You motherfucking right. Give me the Commanders to come into Philly and put a cheesesteak on these boys. Are you kidding me? Fuck out of here with some Jalen Hurts. Now, Saquon, I ain't gonna hold you. The things you about to do with this defense probably shouldn't even be televised for national television. And you know what? In that, I'm gonna show you some respect because Saquon, I think you should go to a Super Bowl. And if you end up making it, I ain't gonna be mad. But on this day, give me the Commanders.
All
now,
right.
ladies and gentlemen, when I am wrong,
Yep.
best believe I'm coming in here and I'm walking back that take like no other. But on this day, I picked the Commanders.
Hey man, this has been the whole season. Eagles been the best team in the NFC all year since week 5. It's all right. It's all right. Everybody loved Jayden Daniels. Oh man, he great. All right, wait till Jalen Carlin chokeslam that boy to hell.
I just think the jokes on Jalen Hurts will be.
Oh, they'd be nonstop, and they'd be deserved. Like I said, I think there's a world where Jayden can do this. I'm not saying the Commanders have zero chance.
Here's why I think there's a chance for the Commanders. I want to get your thoughts here. Jayden Daniels gets the ball out really fast.
Yeah,
I think that may have been what gave y'all a little bit of trouble in the back half of that last game because he started getting a rhythm. They started Then they started kind of going away from kind of some of the long development plays and just started getting the ball out and just started putting the football in the hands of these playmakers and then letting them cook. It's going to be really, 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 really hard for them to run the ball. I actually don't see them having any success running the ball, except, well, unless they're able to establish Jaden Daniels and his ability to run early, which I think would be key.
Well, I don't think the Eagles defense is going to let that shit happen twice. I don't think they're going to let it. I don't think they're going to let whatever just happened happen twice.
We will see, my good brother. Quick thoughts on Ben Johnson as the head coach of the Bears.
Best hire they could have made.
All right, we'll see.
Not saying it's going to work, but
thoughts on the national championship game last night, Ohio State, Notre Dame.
Love seeing Notre Dame lose. After things that happened yesterday, it was nice watching Notre Dame get their ass beat.
Listen, apparently they saying that the Catholics are really ready to start going back to Notre Dame. Listen, happy for Ryan Day. Marcus Freeman might be building the powerhouse in a few years.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Don't worry. When Bama fire that boy next year, Marcus Freeman going to get the call.
Did you see the NBA interviewing Kristaps Porzingis on MLK Day and asking about his impact? I was sitting there like, wait a minute now. Are we serious?
Why are we asking him about that? Ja Morant right there. LaMelo Ball right there.
Yeah. I might swerve in that corner. Whoa.
Whoa. That's when they lost. That's when they lost.
Yeah, let me tell you something. That's Black history right there. MLK would have been proud of that. Did you watch any of this? Any of the Unrivaled League?
I did. It was a lot of fun. So for those who don't know, Unrivaled is essentially the WNBA's version of the Big Three. The court is shorter, shot clock is shorter. Some really high scoring games. I got to watch the first night, huh?
I saw some of this. I saw a little bit of the game last night, I believe.
Yeah, they played last night. I believe they played Thursday, Sunday, and Monday or something like that. Yeah, it was fun. I'm looking forward to see how it develops. It's a league for women to get paid and also to hone their skills so they don't have to go overseas. So if you think about it like that, some of the things make sense to what's happening. Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
It's all in Orlando or something like that?
Atlanta? Yeah, it's somewhere in Florida. They build a facility for them. Like everything is there.
That's awesome. I might swerve in that corner. Whoa. Hey, do you still think the Ohio State fan base still want to fire Ryan Day after last night?
Yep.
He hasn't beaten Michigan yet?
Yep. Don't worry. If he loses Michigan next year, he ain't got to worry.
What if he do the same thing, though? What if they go back to back but they lose to Michigan?
I think they'd rather beat Michigan than win a national championship.
I think they'd probably ask him to step down.
Yeah, he would resign.
Yeah. Oof, that's nasty. That's nasty. Secondly, what are your thoughts on Tom Brady embracing Jaden Daniels and some of these other YN quarterbacks as like they are his own?
Yeah, he the owner of the Raiders. He know what he doing.
Apparently Tom Brady is really involved in the hiring of the Raiders next,
which is why he shouldn't be a broadcaster.
Well, I mean, he has
it's a conflict of interest.
Well, they meet with all the staff and personnel anyway before games.
He's not allowed to do that though.
But they do.
He's not allowed to do. He's not allowed to do those interviews or anything.
Well, so then that gives kind of more credence on why he should. If he's already not mandated, that means all the meetings that he can't take, they have to get.
I feel like that doesn't give him the ability to be as good as his job as he could be.
He's just an owner though. He's like one of like 4 or 5 majority owners. So they still got football people in there. They just probably ask for his like consultation. I don't think.
But it's the name. That's Tom Brady. Like he can't be talking to Ben Johnson. He's in
there for the bigger meetings, but he's still consultation.
I get it.
I don't know. Let the people know where to find you, man.
You can find me on that X app and that Blue Sky app at Danny Ocean 41. Follow the pod. Speak on it _pod. D, where can the people find you?
People, make sure you follow me at Los Demix, LOSDEEMIX. It's a great, hilarious show. Shout out to Keely, Kyle, Jamie. We'll see you guys next week, right back here, same time, and we'll be seeing who's going to the Super Bowl.
Go Birds.